Hello, Internet! So it's been a while since I've made a video on this channel, and this is actual video about gaming stuff and not about my life. So I saw a news article, I think it was either today or yesterday, about Ubisoft has delisted 3 out of the 4 Just Dance games on the Switch. And now, I don't care about Just Dance. I do own like 4 Just Dance games, but I bought them from my younger sister who no longer cares about the franchise. So I don't really care about the Just Dance franchise, but I do find it upsetting when digital games get delisted. And yeah, Just Dance, all those games are released physically as well on multiple platforms, so it's not like you can't buy them anymore. But if you wanted to download them to your Switch, you no longer can. And this brings into the topic of an all-digital future, which is going to happen. At some point, console manufacturers and companies are going to do it so much cheaper just to upload the game file onto PSN, eShop, Xbox Live, whatever the hell it's called now, Steam, all that stuff. It's cheaper and easier to do that. You don't have to manufacture anything. You don't have to do any shipping. And, especially in first-party games, so a third-party game, so if a Ubisoft game comes out on PS4, 30% of those sales go to Sony, and the rest they keep. But if God of War, a first-party Sony game, releases in the store, that's 100% profit for them, and there's no middleman involved at all. So I understand why companies want to do that, and I also understand the appeal of wanting to just download your games because you don't have to go to the store or wait for it to deliver through Amazon. You don't have to get up and change the disc when you want to play a different game. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's very appealing. But the thing is, those can get revoked at any time with that warning sometimes. There's a lot of games that are delisted that you can no longer buy unless you already bought them. Like I have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on PS3. You can't buy the game anymore. And I have it on my PS3 still. I can still download it because I still have it on my account. But if I never did, I wouldn't be able to play that game. And the only way I'll possibly do it is probably through illegal emulation or pirating, which is frowned upon and is still technically illegal. Another big thing is when the Wii Shop channel closed down, all those games that were exclusive to the Shop channel, all the WiiWare games, there wasn't many that were regarded as really high quality, and all the ones that have been released elsewhere. But there's a lot of games that are just lost to time now. And a lot of those, they were backed up to the internet, but that's not technically the legal way to play them. But unfortunately, that's the only way to play them. Another con about games at least releasing physically in some way is that if they do get delisted for whatever reason, licensing, the publisher went out of business, it was received poorly, they just didn't want it, on whatever reason it got delisted. If it released on a disc in a physical package, you can still buy it. For example, I recently got this game, J-Stars Victory Versus Plus, what the fuck, it's some Weeb game. It's like Jump Force, but not Jump Force. Same developer and same series, technically, though. Anyway, this game has been delisted on all the platforms it was released on. But I bought this game after it was delisted because it's in a box on a disc. The disc is not in the box right now, but you can still buy it on PS3 and Vita physically if you can find it on Vita physically. But all the platforms it was released on had a physical release, and you can still buy it that way, but you can't download it anymore. Another pro for digital games I can think of is that it can reduce the rarity of certain games. Like if there's a game that was super rare to find on the NES or whatever, now you can just download it on your PS4 or Steam or whatever. That's great. Now that people who legitimately want to find the game just to play it, and they can do a legal way of doing it, they can just go and download it on whatever service they want that's legal. Obviously for game collectors, that's not really what they want. They're trying to buy the physical games, but that's not what I'm talking about. But then, unfortunately, those games can also get delisted at some point too. And then, if you really want to play the games, that was available, now it's not. A big thing like that is when Konami, I think it was Konami, they made, I'm not sure, but when the Simpsons arcade game was released on PS3 and Xbox 360 back in the day, that was a super rare game to find and people were excited about it. Then it was delisted. Why? You can no longer buy or play that unless you already have bought and played it. And I have wanted to go back and try to play it, but I can't. I downloaded the demo on PS3, so I can still re-download the demo, but that's not what I want. I want to play the game. And I keep hearing stories a lot, recently, a few months ago, not too long ago, I don't know how long ago, but DuckTales Remastered was delisted on PS3 and 360, and everything was released on, it was just delisted. And that was, the classic DuckTales game made by Capcom back on the NES. It was remade with new assets and everything. They even had the original voice actors record the lines or re-record new lines and all that stuff. And it was received really well and stuff, and now just gone. Luckily, it was released on disc, so you can still find it and buy it and play if you haven't done already. And that one light is always going brighter and darker. So you can still go and buy that game somewhere, a used GameStop, eBay, whatever. That's good. But if you want to download it, you're out of luck. If that game was never released on disc, like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, for example, which is a really great beat-em-up game on the PS3, Xbox 360 era, and I love that game. I played that game with some friends, and it was a blast. And now no one can ever buy it again, and it's just unfortunate. And that was probably a licensing issue with the Scott Pilgrim license between Ubisoft and all that stuff. And that's just the sad reality of it. I hope publishers and developers and console holders and all these platform holders figure out some way when the inevitable all digital future arises to make it so these games cannot. There's no possible way these games can get delisted, whether it's a licensing issue or whatever. Make it so they'll have long-lasting license, or make it maybe if it's like a license, like a music thing, maybe they can patch it. Like I don't even know how that works. Because like it's a game that like the developer went defunct, how they're going to patch a game for a licensing issue. So like I don't understand how it's really going to work, but they need to figure out a way. I know there's like better contracts when they work with using licenses so it doesn't expire so quickly. Just because like I know like back in the day, you only have you don't have the license for like how long you were going to manufacture the game for, then it'll go away, then it doesn't matter when it's pre-owned or whatever because they're not making any money off or whatever. But now when games can be continuously sold through digital services, it's a little more tricky. But I guess they reworked the contracts a different way, so it's now more like how movies work or something. I don't know about the stuff personally, I'm just talking out of my ass right here. But my point of this video, which has been really rambly, I had no plan of going into it other than I want to talk about the all digital future, which I don't want. I do hope that when the time comes and things are more digital, I do hope that things like limited run games and East Asiasoft, all these like niche publishers who will release physical versions of games that you usually wouldn't, I do hope those markets will thrive and hope that will continue to make them. I even hope that even big publishers will offer service where you can pay a little extra to get a physical version of a game you really want. They make it to order, so it's like they didn't print any themselves, but you pay them, and pretty much you got to pay for the printing and all this stuff. I don't know how much that costs, but if people really wanted that should be a service for people who want to still collect physical media. Anyway, I'm just going to end this video here because I don't really know what else I'm talking about. But tell me, what do you think about the all-digital future? Do you still collect physical media? Do you still like physical media? Are you worried that if you don't buy certain digital games, at some point they're going to go away forever? You're never going to see them again? Because I know I am. Then, on a related topic, I even hate games that are so heavily online-based, so when the servers go down, the game's unusable. Like, Battleborn is a game that's going to be going away. I have it on disc, but it's going to be useless because you can't even play it offline. That's a whole different topic for a different day. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I ramble a lot, but that's what I do here. So, welcome to 2020. Bye.